I know you guys have all been missing our boy Cyrax as he's been gone, but Antimatter Morty, this is actually a video by him, check him out for sure, has kind of, I skimmed through the video a little bit and he's kind of raised some questions, about Cyrax's disappearance that's really got me thinking, like, is it good or is it bad? Obviously we want him off the internet, but just because you're off of YouTube or certain platforms doesn't necessarily mean you're on the internet. That whole type of thing, is it better to watch him so you know what he's up to that's bad? Or is it better to just kind of not know what he's on and assume that he's not on anything? But I'm going to kind of let him give the update and everything like that. And let's get in, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really helps. You guys are really helping my channel grow. Trying to get to 400 subscribers. So let's get it going, people.
I also own you, Antimatter Morty.
He's off the internet. Gentlemen, welcome back to the show, and thanks for stopping by the channel again today.
Absolutely.
Today we are going to be taking a look at what is going on behind the scenes with Cyrax that is causing him to stay off the internet right now, and why I would argue that it's actually not a good thing, not because he's off the internet, but because he's off the internet under the circumstances that he is. We're going to head over to the farms to get a little bit of info.
Do you guys really know exactly why he's off the internet? I know he said he's like getting off it. I thought it was because people kept cutting his internet cords, to be honest. Like, I thought that was the case, and him and Sally kept calling the AT&T or whatever the phone company was, and they just got tired of like going out there like 5 times.
On his radio silence. And then we always need something new to laugh at, so we've got 2 videos from Raxology to take a look at. One of which is titled, I Survived a Modern-Day Holocaust, and the other which is titled, Cyrax Compares His Life to the Holocaust. So, I'm sure that'll be very entertaining. But before we head there, let's see exactly what's going on, and chance his own very reliable words from his last Facebook post, which was shared on the forums by an account named Homeboy Bob Proctor. The post reads as follows. Chance Wilkins is feeling peaceful. Hey everyone, just wanted to make this crystal clear once and for all. I am fully retired from YouTube.
It's funny. I'm like, I had never even seen Chance on YouTube. Like, I mean, I heard that one song the one time. That's really the only thing. And I don't even know, like, does anybody even know what this man's like channel is? Like, does he have one? You know what I mean? I'm like, I really don't even know. Let me know, guys, if you know where he even like used to post. Like, where is everybody even getting this content of him? Like, I know like with Nova, obviously it's TikTok. That's where he be at. You can see his page. You can see when he uploads. But I just don't know, like, really where people get this Cyrax content from, But hey, I'm okay with him retiring from YouTube. It's fine.
Permanently. I have zero intention and zero desire of ever coming back to the platform under any circumstances.
We'll take the small wins. So
once again, as always, we've got the ChatGPT dashes here. Everything is spelled correctly. It's capitalized correctly. It follows the narrative. Also,
yeah, that's definitely the main way that it's ChatGPT. If you see the dashes. So for all my guys and gals over there using ChatGPT, if it gives you an output and it's got the dashes, tell it to take out the dashes. Tell it to make it sound less AI-y. You can do that too as well.
That actually makes sense instead of just rambling about Kate and Music Biz Marty. So clearly this was written by AI for him. I can't imagine how many sticks of RAM were melted as some AI tried to figure out his inane ramblings so that it could like convert them into a semi-legible statement. But we'll keep reading. To the genuine fans who have supported me over the years, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I really wonder how many fans Cyrax has, because come on now. Like, let's be real here. Like, he's probably got like 3. He's probably got 3, because there's always those few weirdos that like, they support like Cyrax and Nova and stuff because it makes them feel a little bit better about like the, maybe some of the strange activities that they got going on in their own lives, you know what I'm saying? But other than those people, these people don't have fans. Come on. No one actually likes those Cyrax music. I mean, y'all saw me dancing to it and everything like that, but let's be real here. That's not a summer smash. You know what I'm saying? That's not getting the booties moving,
Your kindness, encouragement, and loyalty meant a lot during those years, and I'll always be grateful for it. So if this is sounding familiar right now...
Yeah, this is definitely AI. There's no way Cyrax talking to the people talking about your kindness, encouragement, and loyalty. Man, Cyrax gets, for every one positive comment Cyrax gets, I'm pretty sure that man's getting like... He's got to get like 100 hate comments. Let's keep it a stack.
You're like, Morty, didn't you read this post already? I wouldn't blame you for that at all. He's made this same post like 5 times. Like, it's always a little bit different. The words are always a little bit different, but it's just like how he used to make the videos retiring. He now makes a post retiring like 1 to 2 times a week. Also, there were never any real genuine fans. There's no true and honest fans. Just stop with that.
Just trolls.
Everyone else, please stop messaging, commenting, asking, or bugging me about a return or a comeback.
Who is doing that? You know what I mean? I don't think anybody's really requesting Cyraxx comeback. Actually, I don't know. A lot of people really like the Cyraxx content. I know we've all been in kind of like a strange place where we're kind of like, we really don't want him on the internet, so we're like, it's good that he's gone, but it's kind of bittersweet because we can't like sit around and like, you know, talk about like his Cyraxx juice and the gunk and just like the ridiculousness that is Cyraxx. And, you know, as much as we all hate to acknowledge it, it is interesting. It's disgusting. It's terrible, but it is interesting. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I doubt there's a lot of people who are really like, Cyraxx, we need you to make a comeback. But, you know, I could see, you know, content creators like me. I'm not really up. I don't make any money off of this content. Like, comment, subscribe so I can start. But, you know what I mean? I could see, let's say you making a few $1,000s a month off of Cyraxx content, and then Cyraxx leaves, and now you have to cover other locales with less. I could definitely see some of these guys in the industry being like, yo, like, we low-key like want Cyraxx to come back. Like,
the answer is, has been, and always will be no. I'm not being coy, I'm not playing hard to get, and there's no secret plan. YouTube's toxicity and the overall evil, vindictive nature of the platform made it unbearable, and I have no...
I don't know. YouTube's not really that toxic to me. Like, you guys are all super nice to me. Y'all be showing tons of love. You know, you guys be engaging. Like, I learn a lot from you guys, really. I mean, some Hassan Piker fans might come at me every now and then, but other than that, you know, we can handle that. That's nothing. But you know what I mean? Like, YouTube is not a toxic place. YouTube is what you make of it. And Chance is a representation of his channel.
Want, need, or interest in ever stepping foot back there. Look, YouTube has a lot of problems, and I complain about them on a pretty regular basis, but I gotta say, YouTube being a place that is toxic and vindictive to known predators, that's like probably a feature, not a bug. That's one of the better features of YouTube. If anything, my argument would be that YouTube spends too much time protecting predators by not allowing certain words to be said or upholding strikes against channels who talk shit on predators. So it's amazing that that's his take there. I highly doubt that there's very...
Yeah, you know, I always wonder that. It's always a sticky space being like one of these guys who like covers like the locales and stuff, because it's like, you know, people kind of treat it a lot of times like, you know, it's almost like people sometimes can look at it like, oh, you're being mean, or like, oh, like that's bullying, you guys are bullying him and everything like that. But it's also like the same type of thing where it's like that mob mentality from like, you know, back in the day. I think my friend was telling me that he was like, yeah, you know, like back in the day, like if somebody, you know, like let's say did something to a you know, person in the neighborhood, you know, that wasn't at the age where they could drink, you know what I mean? Then, you know, the mob would come and handle them. Nobody went to the mob and said the mob was wrong for going and messing with the person who was, you know, doing these egregious actions. I consider us the modern day mob. You know what I mean? Bullying to me is kind of like when somebody doesn't really deserve it, or you're jealous of them or something like that. So you're putting them down, not really for any reasoning. Like, for instance, with these guys, honestly, nah, I'd be roasting. I can't lie. I can't say I don't put them down, because I definitely do, like the Rax juice and stuff like that. But let's keep it stacked. They deserve it. Let's continue.
Very many people out there who would say YouTube...
I went back to my default settings real quick.
He goes on to say, I've moved on. I'm living a normal, peaceful life now. And honestly, I'm doing far better mentally, emotionally, and in every other way than I ever did while I was creating content.
Hey, that's what we wanted.
Question. I'm happier than I've been in years, so please respect that. No more when are you coming back questions, no more you should return suggestions, no more guilt tripping or speculation. It's done, let it stay done. Thank you for understanding, or at least respecting, this boundary. Take care, Chance. And then the next part of the message is quite literally the only part that he wrote himself. You can tell because there's incorrect capitalizations, there's like extra spacing, and it also just doesn't make sense. AKA formerly known as Cyrax. You can't be AKA formerly known as something. Like, I'm not even going to explain why that doesn't make sense, because it's like,
I will, because AKA literally just means that that's like your name. It means what you're known as. So if you're formally known as it, it's not AKA anymore.
breaking my brain to think about it, but you would just be formerly known as something. Prince isn't like, I'm AKA formerly known as Prince. A tribe, AKA formerly known as Quest. A pimp, AKA formerly known as Slickback. It doesn't make sense. So now we're going to jump back over to the farms, because there's some interesting commentary in the response to this that I wanted to take a minute to showcase. After Bob Proctor put this post up, an account named Spark the Electric Jester made the comment, "One thing I don't think people have brought up is that him not posting content doesn't really mean kids are safe from him. As long as he has internet, the threat is there. Him not posting anything is purely bad. We're deprived of content, and we can't keep better track of his activities. He's absolutely using this relative period of peace and quiet to take care of himself to elicit material and to talk to children again." So this is something I wanted to address because I couldn't agree.
Yeah, and that's kind of really, I was really happy that Antimatter Morty really brought up this subject. You guys show him love for sure. Subscribe, all that stuff. It'll be in the description. But yeah, it really does make me think, like, okay, is Cyrax one of those people we should be watching, and we kind of want him to see? We want some visibility so we can at least kind of have an idea of what's going on, because I do feel like a lot of times us being able to see what they're posting every day and stuff kind of gives us a symbol, an idea of peace, like us seeing Nova every day doing his food reviews every day and being able to watch him there makes us know, even though we know he can and is capable of doing these dark and disastrous things, since we're seeing him do something outside of that, it almost makes it like that part is separate and like it's not so real, to where like if Nova was gone for a month, your mind and your imagination can only go so far. Like you can only imagine what terrible things he could be doing and stuff like that, which is way scarier than when you see him making a food review every day. I think that's kind of the thing. So let me know what you guys think about that. You guys more of a, we gotta watch this guy a little bit, or you guys more of a just like, as long as he's gone and we don't see him, he's out of sight, out of mind, I'm good with that.
More. And someone asked me on one of my live streams the other night, they said, well, hey, he's off the internet. Isn't that what you guys always say you want? Isn't this a good thing? And I'll be honest, it's a fair question. Like, I don't even take offense to that, because yes, we do want him off the internet. But I think the important part, and I'm not going to speak for everybody when I say this, but I'll give my opinion. The important part to me is that he's off the internet under certain circumstances. If Chance is just off the internet, in the way that the White Bowser was for years, where he's being hug-boxed and protected from trolls, then he might as well not be off the internet at all. That does not get the outcome that we want, which is him being unable to talk to or send nasty pictures to kids.
Yeah.
If he's being hug-boxed and protected right now, and we're unable to keep track of what he's doing or interact with him in any way to try to hinder him, that is objectively a bad thing. Now, if he was off the internet because he was incarcerated or something like that, that's a good ending. That's an ideal outcome. Who cares if we don't get content? Just like Larson, it's like, okay, he's unable to like be a danger to anybody. He can't pose a threat to anybody. If he ended up in some type of living assisted group home where he had limited access to internet and like there was like a child lock on.
I'm sorry to cut him off, and that's just one of the things I love about this community. There's so many of us. Obviously, there's some of us that are really just haters. Like, we just love to hate. We just love it, but really there's a lot of us who are really into this. Like, even the way Antimatter Morty sounds right now, he's like, hey guys, like, I understand I make money off of this, but like, I'd still rather, like, what I'm saying, let's say, he does some of these alleged things, for him to pay those consequences and go to jail, what I'm saying, even though that may mean that the content may not be hitting as hard, and I think that really just shows that this community does it for the love of the game. And that's the most beautiful thing about it. Like, everybody's so invested, you know?
Tablet, and there were psychologists and nurses keeping up with it. That would be a good end. That would be a positive thing. You know, but him being protected by a handful of like morally dubious people who were just using him for their own amusement and teaching him how not to interact with trolls and encouraging him, no, don't make a video. That person's trying to catfish you. Don't answer them. Like,
That's terrifying. Actual like normal people talking like, hey, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, just keep it in Discord. Don't go to TikTok. Don't go to YouTube, you know, giving them advice and stuff. Oh, man. Have to keep people like me and Antimatter Morty off their radar so we're not exposing more and more of what they do. That's terrifying because the idea of them, like, you know, one great thing about them is, you know, they normally aren't socially coherent enough to realize that they're exposing themselves when they upload a lot of this content. If they were actually able to go like on the true defense against like, you know, channels and stuff like this, that would be really scary. You know what I mean? Because then we only know what happens in the light because we're able to see because people record it and upload it. It's the stuff that doesn't get recorded. The stuff, all that type of stuff, that's really the terrifying part of it, you know?
Being quote unquote off the internet right now, he's not really off the internet. He's being protected by people who are smarter than him to not fall into the same traps that he normally does. And that's a bad thing. The last thing that you need is for people to teach Cyrax how to be a better predator. The same account that posted the original screenshot from his Facebook, Bob Proctor, then posts, I'm pretty sure his polycule of homosexual men that pretend to be Jackie let him talk to her kids or cousins or something to keep him happy. Raxo is probably video chatting with Wings 007's kid as we speak. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly what we're concerned about. Like, that's exactly the problem, is that these people are keeping him happy. Do you know how happy they need to be keeping him for him not to make any videos? I mean, they have to be entertaining him 24/7. Even when he was with Cassandra and he was getting a lot of short-term gratification, he was still posting constantly.
That sounded a little nasty, if you know what I mean.
Of guys who are all collectively like hiding in a trench coat stacked on top of each other pretending to be Jackie are doing everything they can to keep him happy so they can remain like in control of him, and it does not bode well for what's going on behind the scenes at all, if you ask me.
Now, I also wanted to show you guys too, it's apparently like the 10-year anniversary. It was a few days ago of the fight between like, maybe not 10 years. What was it? 2-year anniversary? Maybe like 2-year anniversary, something like that. But Cyrax and Music Biz Marty, you know, fist fighting, everything like that. Rest in peace to Music Biz Marty. So with it being, you know, the anniversary a few days ago, I just wanted to kind of show you guys this clip and everything like that of them fighting.
Yeah, like he was going down the alley. His lights off. Look. Oh, here he is.
I think that's Cyrax.
Come on by, buddy boy. Come on by, Cyrax. Come on by.
You know, the way he just appears and he just looks scary. He just looks like something that comes out of the night. Like,
come on.
Sorry, it's blurry, guys. Ugh. And you guys can see Music Biz Marty. I don't know if you guys can really see in the corner right here, but Music Biz Marty is so much like bigger than Cyrax. I really didn't realize Cyrax is like, I mean, I'm a like relatively like small guy and everything, but until that video where the police were like on his porch, I didn't realize how, like, I know he's frail, but like I didn't realize he's so like small looking.
Why?
It's kind of like a RuneScape goblin. I guess I get where the name comes from.
Why were you leaving alone? Why?
Why wouldn't you order?
So it sounds like Cyrax is definitely losing.
Get the fuck out of here. Who's the king?
You are?
Then run away now. And shut the fuck up.
Fine. You win. You win.
Yeah, so it definitely sounds like Music Biz Marty won that fist fight.
You win. Please let us go. I'm begging you. Please.
Oh man, that screech is kind of terrifying.
Get up. Get the fuck up. Peach.
And then Cyraxx goes on his merry way. But yeah, guys, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You guys have been amazing. We'll see if Cyraxx gets back. If not, I'll still kind of, you know, we'll go through the archives, kind of like get our knowledge up on the whole Cyraxx storyline. So I feel like that will definitely be a good time to do it. And then if he does come back, we'll already have so many references and all of that stuff. But I'll catch you guys. Appreciate you guys showing so much love, and have a nice day, guys.